The melody coils, then drops like a blade through silk. I stood where thunder knelt to drink on stone that knew my name. The wind, a choir of broken vows that circle like black flame. The constellations lean to hear the earth beneath my breath, and every step I took was signed in ash and little death. Through the vein gate of all I rise, crimson lanterns in my eyes. Call me farther than the dawn, where every road is ragged born. Through the vein gate, let me in. Crown of night upon my skin. If there's mercy past this line, I'll pay its tide in blood and time. The river answered iron sweet. The ground became a tongue. It tasted all my hesitations, weighed the songs I'd sung. I wore the quiet like a helm. I wore the hunger thin, and shadows took my offered hand as if they were my kin. Through the vein gate of all I rise, crimson lanterns in my eyes. Call me farther my life, I pledged my death. The book of ash, the bone-clasped page spoke truths that none could disengage. 1,000 thrones had turned to dust, their gilded dreams consumed by rust. But mine would stand through flood and flame, for I had bound it to my name. I bind my will to the edge of the dark. I carve my name where the cold leaves its mark. Through fire and blood, to hear my breath and swore me to its living death. I kissed the blade, I felt it bite. The pact was sealed without the light, and from that hour I could not leave. The oath became the life I weave. No dawn will arise, no stars will fade. The oath is cast, the queen is made. Through all the years, through dark and green, I keep the oath of the Crimson Queen. The mountain cut the moon into, the path was black, the stones were few. Each step a trial, each breath a prayer, no mercy rose to meet me there. The wind spoke names I could not know, of queens who climbed too high, too slow. And through the frost I felt the flame that burned for none who feared the pain. Ascend in darkness, let none recall. The climb, the wound, the winter's call. The crown awaits where shadows lead, and none return from what they've seen. The peaks were bone, the sky was fire, each moment set the heart to tire. Yet still I rose through ice and stone to claim a height that stands alone. A wolf of smoke walked at my side with silver eyes that did not hide. It weighed my soul, it marked my tread, and followed where the fearless bled. Ascend in darkness, let none recall. The climb, the wound, the winter's call. The crown waits where shadows lead, and none return from what they've seen. dying light, the night's consent. The path ahead was void and deep, the kind of dark the stars won't keep. Yet in my hand a spark remained, the morning light that I had gained, to guide me where the throne might lie, beneath the crown of sightless sky. Yet still I hear the call beyond the blackened spire, the shadows bond. A peace so deep it tempts my stay, a quiet night without decay. But peace is not the queen's own right, the crown demands the endless fight. Sanctuary without stars, hide me from the world's old scars. Wrap me in your silent bars, keep my reign in what you So I will leave your hallowed keep, return to where the shadows creep. Your stillness burned into my soul, your walls a truth that keeps me whole. I'll carry you within my reign when night returns to stake its claim. For queens can rest but never hide, the dark is always at their side. Peace will bind and peace will fade, but the queen will walk the path she made. Sanctuary without stars, I roll beyond your quiet bar. Sanctuary without stars, hide me from the world's old scars. Wrap me in your silent bars, keep my reign in what you They set the circle on my head, a crown of iron, cold and red. Its weight of tide, its touch of flame, it carved my soul, it wrote my name. The crowd was still, the bells were dumb, the moment more than I'd become. And in that ring of sharpened grace, the night took hold, the dark took place. Crown of sorrow, crown of shade, mark the rain the shadows made. will bind the world to what I've left behind. The light may fade, the sky may turn, but still this crown will make me burn. For sorrow is the iron law. The crown will take, the crown will draw, and I will wear it till I fade. The queen the shadows always made. my crown through sheerest will, and watch them fade into the dark. The wound they left a burning mark. The throne ahead.